Hi, y'all. Choice here again. Thank you so very much for joining me again for another session of Choice Spirit. Thank you. I'm here to talk again, to bring up the topic of the subconscious mind. And there's a there's a reason why, anything that you hear over and over and over again becomes a part of you somehow. It seeps into, and it doesn't really seep, but we say seep into your subconscious mind. And what happens is you begin to believe it. You begin to believe it. This is how children begin to believe certain things when certain things are repeated over and over, and then suddenly they begin to believe it. Well, let me just go here. With all the chaos and confusion going around, and the mayhem, the pain, suffering, all of the craziness that's going on, there's a reason why they're pushing that narrative. There's a reason why. That everywhere you look, people are having handcuffs on, they're being locked up, they're being this or mistreated. They tell you this on the news, everything that's going on. They speak about destruction. They speak about war. They show you images of guns. They show you images, even when you go to the movies, you're looking at movies where people are shooting people and hurting people, and chaos is happening and mass destruction is happening. This is something that they're doing so that so that you begin to attract that into your life. You are a co-creator. Everything that's going on around you is a part of your creation. You are a part of its creation. That's why we have vision boards. Vision boards we put up, and we decide what goes on that vision board, right? We put up the images that we desire to see come to pass, where it be that house, that beautiful home, vacation, beautiful yacht, whatever images, writing a book, doing all kinds of things. Finally, graduating or having that career or that business. We put up images for these things, and we call it our vision board. It's because the visions go into our subconscious space, what we call our subconscious mind, and now this begins to create our reality. This begins to create our reality. Okay? So now they're giving us images to look at. They're giving us images to absorb, to become emotional about, to get emotional about. Because when you add the emotion to the images, you are now almost like solidifying that thing to come to pass. It's like a prophecy. And so they're putting up these images, trying, so that you will live out their prophecy. So there's a reason, there's a cause and effect. One of the Hermetic things, laws, cause and effect. Okay? For every effect, there is a cause. And every cause, there's an effect. When you're looking at these images, and especially when you're seeing these images and you're reacting to it, and you're having a reaction to it emotionally, you are now connecting it. You are now vibrating with that thing. And so you will begin to see more of it. Okay? More of it. Because you are now bringing it into, actually creating, calling forth. I prefer to say calling forth events. that then come into your life, and you. So let's say this. Some people will call the subconscious mind the right mind, your right brain, the creative aspect of your brain, the brain, the part of the brain that supposedly creates. The left brain is the analytical brain, it's the logical side, so people use this as, how they say, to keep the left brain occupied while they slip information into the right brain so the right brain can begin creating your reality. But I will say this, all of these different symbols are subliminal messages. Everything you see that is pushed from a certain group, and it sounds, what people use, the word negative, but I will just say things that you prefer not to have take place in your life. Okay? So that narrative, if it is not constructive, if it's not uplifting, if it's not something that brings about well-being, joy, love, happiness, fun, beautiful things, if it's of a destructive nature, try, if you will, if it is your desire or aspiration, to turn your head from that. Don't give it your energy, because once you give it your energy, especially your emotional energy, you are now vibing with that thing, and you are now going to have an experience with that thing eventually. So if it's not of interest to you, you might want to consider how you allow that information how you will deal with that information. Because if you're not in the moment, as I said before, if you're not in the moment, and if you're not mindful from moment to moment of what you are being exposed to, that information is absorbed into your body. And when you have an emotional reaction to it, it's absorbed not just into your body, but into your DNA. It's absorbed into your DNA as tragedy, as these different things that we label it. Our body has a reaction to these things. And remember, when our body is reacting, remember when when your DNA is exposed to negative stuff, it cringes. It's not operating at its full ability. It becomes like mutated, like it becomes restricted. But when you're looking at beautiful things and you're enjoying uplifting, encouraging, inspiring information, it expands. Your DNA expands and is open to feed you the information that you need, and to be there as your script. Your DNA is your scripture. And you are transcribed, you are scribing, you are writing you are writing a story within that scripture. Like a Psalms, if you will. But anyway, it's a lot that I'm attempting to say in a short video. But I'm back to say, when you see this type of stuff, this type of chaos, counteract it by seeing what you desire, smiling, dancing, feeling joy-filled, keep that vibration high. Don't feed into the madness, because the madness is only there to keep you tied to the madness. It's only there to keep you looping, or descending. That's what it's there for. You want to ascend, you want to rise up, keep your vibe high. That negative stuff, it has its place for people that want to play in that. They can play in that. Much love. Peace. Namaste.